So the mayor of London, for starters, is saying you don't need to eat meat anymore. As if we didn't have enough reasons to stock up on meat and other provisions, here's the latest one. Let's talk about it. All right, folks, welcome back. So this is something I stumbled across doing my usual news searching for the channel. And I figured, we look at these things sometimes and we laugh at them thinking, yeah, those crazy people in London, that'll never happen in America. And 2 years later, it starts happening in America. We've already seen signs of it in New York City, where Mayor Eric Adams, who is a vegan, is trying to reduce the amount of meat intake on restaurant menus and how much people eat per day. And what Khan has done in London is, first he took the cars off the roads, the cheap cars off the roads. Now he's coming for your so-called unhealthy diet. And by 2030, you'll be on Second World War calorie rations with plenty of vegetables, but little to no meat. Okay? He has signed an order implementing the Planetary health diet with just 2,500 individual calories per day. Now, to some people, that may be way too much or more than enough. To others, it might be too little. The point is, you should have the choice to be able to decide what you're going to eat when you want it and not be dictated by some government official, okay? So, he signed this thing to implement the diet by 2030, okay? He was the first to suggest that individual calories should be cut to Second World War levels and meat rationed to just 44 grams a day. Now, if you've ever seen how much meat that is, depending on the density of the meat, it's not much, We're talking a little square of meat per day. So I really, when I read this, I'm like, I don't want to induce panic, but we look at this stuff, and like I said, we look at this stuff and we think, you know what, that's never going to happen here. We're a meat-centric society. They'll never get away with that. But look what they're doing with global warming and climate change, supposed. They're talking about, well, it's the cows that are causing it. It's the this that's causing it. It's the meat diet that people are on are causing it. They're going to find any way they can to take away your meat from you. One of the best ways you can do is stock up on long-term storage when it comes to meat. If you have a freezer and backup solar power and all that, yeah, you can get away with stocking your freezer full, and when the power goes out, you're good to go. But if you don't, and the power goes out, you lose all that. And that's why I love freeze-dried food, and that's why I love freeze-dried wholesalers, because they have the widest variety of meat. Now, I just wanted to let you be aware of that. I'm going to put a link to the article down below so you can read more of it. I don't want to waste too much time because I want to show you one of the things that I do when I come up with ideas. And this is this is an older recipe of mine. And this is Campfire Chicken Cordon Bleu. We're going to get it set up here, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's super easy and really good. So let me get all this stuff out of the way and show you what I'm going to do with those freeze-dried chicken breasts. All right, so I've got 2 chicken breasts that I have pre-hydrated. One of my tricks with hydrating the chicken breasts is to put it in water, let it get a little soft. Once it gets a little soft, you just take a meat mallet and you kind of pound it out, and that's from that package right back there. You kind of pound it out, and it's not much thinner, but it will let the stuff absorb a little quicker. So what we're making today is what I call Campfire Chicken Cordon Bleu. In other words, you don't deep fry it. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You're going to grill it over a fire. And I'm going to use my seasonings here to season this. I use a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, some minced onion, a little bit of chicken stock. And we're just going to put that on these breasts, prep them up. Then we're going to grill them. And then instead of deep frying it and wrapping it around some ham or something, we're just going to take a little bit of some sliced ham, put it over the top, and a little bit of Swiss over the top. So let me get these seasoned up for you. Then we'll get the grill up here, and we'll grill them up. So we're just going to put a little salt and pepper. I already got the minced onion and the chicken stock on there. Chicken stock's kind of cool because it adds a little bit of flavor to it. This is just to show you how easily you can prepare freeze-dried wholesaler stuff. Now, I put a little bit of garlic. These are my little camp dispensers. Very handy for that. And there we go. Now, you don't want to go too nuts with it. That's simple. That's easy enough. It will give it a little bit of taste, and it won't be as boring as just plain grilled chicken over a fire and then adding that stuff. So we're going to bring the grill up here, and I'm going to use my old Coleman grill, and we're going to give this a shot and see how it comes out. Now, I've made this many times before. This is a very simple, easy dish to make, and it just goes to show you that you would freeze-dried wholesalers, you're working with real food. Now, how are you going to store away your Swiss? Well, freeze-dried wholesalers does have some freeze-dried Swiss. You can use that. They do even have freeze-dried ham. I'm just using this stuff because I bought it in the store. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to dig through all my storage to get the ham and cheese out. But you can use it with their freeze-dried stuff as well. So let me get the grill up here and let's get started. All right, so we're getting the grill ready here. I'm heating it up a little bit. I'm going to put a little olive oil on there so it doesn't stick. And we're going to put our 2 seasoned chicken breasts on there. I'm just going to cook them on each side a little bit, just till they're done. Then I'm going to put this stuff over on it, the ham and the cheese. I'm going to cover it up really quick with a pan or a pot or something to let the cheese melt, and they're ready to go. So really quick recipe, and definitely a heads up on stocking up on stuff, because we know this stuff's coming our way. We see mayors in big cities already rumbling about it, and this whole planetary health diet that they want to implement by 2030. Definitely time to start thinking about how you're going to keep your family fed when they decide you don't need to eat that. So let's let this heat up a bit, and I'll bring you back when we put them on. All right, so it's all oiled up, it's ready, it's heated up. Now remember, when you're cooking indoors with any kind of grills using any kind of fuels, you want adequate ventilation, and you want a way to put out a fire. I do have a fire extinguisher over on the side here, and I have my side door open as well as the front, so we get a little bit of cross ventilation here. So let's put these on, let them grill, get some nice grill marks on them, and I will bring you back when they are ready to be topped off. All right, they are ready to flip. There we go. Comes out perfect, really, really nice. So they don't take long to cook, especially since we did use a little meat mallet on them to kind of flatten them off. And they're still nice and soft, so nothing's getting, no dehydration is lost in them. When this side is done, I'm going to be putting the little bit of ham and a little bit of the Swiss cheese. And I love this Sargento baby Swiss, by the way, but you can use whatever kind of Swiss you got. Remember, we're talking about SHTF cooking here, not gourmet cooking or even campfire cooking. So give it a few more minutes, and then I will bring you back when we top it off. All right, so I just threw the ham on here. Really what I'm doing is just trying to warm it up. I'm not trying to grill it or cook it. I just want to warm it up. It's already cooked. So once it's warm, we're going to put it on top. That way you won't get a nice big cold surprise when you bite into this. So we're just going to stick it up top here like that. And one over here. And really, I think only 1 piece per is probably enough. So we won't even need those pieces. I'll put them to the side for now. There we go. We got those cooking, and we know the other side is finished. I flipped it to look at it. So what I'm going to do is kind of just cover this up with cheese the best I can. And I'm going to fully cover it. Then I'm going to cover it with a pan. I have a pan out here that I'm just going to stick over it so that it melts nicely. We'll get that pan and just kind of put it like that. You can use whatever you're going to use to do it. I mean, you could use tin foil, whatever, over a campfire. So we're going to let that melt. I'm going to put them on a plate and show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so we're going to take off the top here and see what we got. Looks good to me. Looks perfect. All right, so let me move the stove out of the way, put them on a plate, and we'll see how they taste. All right, so there's your end result. You can take a look right there. Woo, don't want to lose that on the floor. Very, very easy to make, very simple. And again, when you're cooking in an emergency or disaster, you don't want a big involved meal all the time. Something like this can be very, very quick. Let's see what it tastes like. That is awesome. That is absolutely amazing. It's so good. Chicken came out really tender. I think that's going to be my new trick when I use these freeze-dried chicken breasts is I'm going to wet them a little bit, let them soak for about 10 minutes or so, and then just take a meat mallet and pound them out. They're so much more tender that way. They were good before, but this way, even when cooked, they still remain soft and tender and juicy. So that's definitely a great meal, and that will make a very good lunch for me. So they're looking to reduce your meat intake and make it so that you can't enjoy what you want. And whether it's healthy or not, we're not even getting into that. We're getting into the fact that it should be your own personal choice what you want to eat. If you want to sit around and eat cheeseburgers all day, that's your business. That's not the government's business. It's one of the reasons I wasn't too keen on the government getting involved in healthcare, because then they can say what you can eat because they're paying for it. So anyway, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do check out the link down below. You'll save 15% for using my link for freeze-dried wholesalers. And as you can see, if you want to search, I have a playlist of just nothing but my recipes for freeze-dried wholesalers. You can see this stuff is very versatile, very usable, no problem at all to cook with it. It's not your typical type of freeze-dried Mountain House stuff where it's full of sodium and stuff. Here's the chicken breast we used. And you can see what's in here. Chicken breasts. Boneless and skinless, rib meat removed. That's it, okay? No tons of sodium or weird fillers or anything like that. So definitely a lot more healthy for you. And if you already cook every day for your family or whatever, This is a way to provide a little more normalcy. No one wants to be sitting there for 2 years eating meals out of a bag, you know? This is a whole lot better. So, good for 25 years, really good stuff. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all our links down below. Our Jace Medical link down there. They're having a sale going on right now, so check them out. My code will save you some money on that too. If you're interested in getting some antibiotics from a doctor in the United States prescribed to you legally, check out Jace Medical. Down there, we also have our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. And something you guys may have not noticed, when you go to preparewithiridium.com, it has my splash page and that horrible picture of me. And you scroll down and you see all the offers. If you click up on that top link on the left-hand side where it says My Patriot Supply, that little graphic, it will take you into the rest of my site, and there's tons of other stuff there. Lots of good deals to be had. And don't forget also our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Those are the 3 companies I trust with my food storage, and I feel you can too. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.